you might begin to realize that every lesson you ever learned about intuition was never about learning something new. It was always about remembering what was always humming under the noise. And as you consider that, it's almost funny how sometimes you already channel without naming it. The way your body knows which turn to take before your mind checks the map. The way your stomach drops when a lie brushes by. That is your internal compass checking its calibration. So now imagine, or pretend to imagine, that every breath you take is a tiny frequency upgrade. Each inhale fine-tuning the instrument of awareness. Each exhale releasing distortion. Science would call that parasympathetic coherence. Mystics call it activation. Different vocabularies, same underlying circuitry. And as those circuits align, you may start to notice how the boundaries between intuition, logic, and coincidence, they blur just enough for something practical to slip through. Because maybe it isn't about believing in gifts. Maybe it's about using them, testing them, refining them. A scientist doesn't pray the data to behave. They observe, adjust, and keep notes. You can do the same with your inner data. Test one whisper, one nudge, one impulse. Collect your own evidence. And when you do, you begin to see the ripple. One aligned decision steadies a day. Steady days gather into purpose. Purpose becomes gravity that pulls opportunity toward you. That's the larger picture, the karmic feedback loop of coherence. Every act of honest tuning, it adds stability to the field around you. When one mind steadies, relationships clarify. When relationships clarify, communities organize more intelligently. The macro emerges from the micro. This is the pragmatic side of spiritual activation. Attention becomes architecture. If practiced, heightened sensitivity, matched with discernment, decisions that waste less energy, a grounded confidence that feels like quiet strength. If neglected, the static returns. Intuition calcifies into anxiety. Synchronicities fade into mischances, not as punishment, just physics. Unused circuitry atrophies. Breath, visualization, and belief. When aligned, they all alter the vagal tone, heart rate variability, and neural prediction loops. Repeated associations between intuition and physiological calm trains your nervous system to recognize intuitive hits as safe rather than stressful. That's why this matters. It re-encodes the body's context for awareness. And perhaps now, even as you're listening to these words, you can notice a small, quiet part of you taking notes, and how easily meaning organizes itself when the mind stops forcing and starts listening. Because listening, real full-body listening, is how the universe speaks through you in human language.